Our two British men are playing, and it's not going to be as fine as it was during the first week. In fact, it's going to be really quite cool and unsettled for the rest of this week. But let's cast our mind back to 1976, when it's exceptionally hot across England. We saw temperatures as high as 32 degrees for the first 7 days. But then 4 years later, in July 1980, it was a very cool, dull and wet month. Now, I'm not going to forecast the rest of this July on what happened back in 1980, but just look at the pressure chart. We can see low pressure dominating the weather, not only today, but for much of the week to come, mainly across more northern and western areas, and at times it is going to be quite windy as well. But towards the end of the week, we start to see a nose of high pressure coming in towards the south, perhaps a hint of things becoming a little bit more settled, but we can see even by the weekend, we're still not out of the woods yet. So as we go through this week then, it's often going to be unsettled with spells of rain or showers, but there will be some drier, brighter weather around as well. But as we've seen, it's going to be quite breezy, and at times it's going to be quite cool. Now, this is our afternoon temperature chart. Just look at these low numbers across the north. Just 12 or 14 degrees. They should be much, much higher than that at this time of the year. And here's the reason. A lot of cloud and rain across many western areas, and that rain is particularly heavy across Wales. For much of this afternoon, it will give us some difficult driving conditions. Now, that rain's going to continue to make its way across Scotland, northern England, turning more showery in the south and across Northern Ireland and western Scotland as we go through this afternoon. So although we may have an hour or so of dry weather at Wimbledon, it does look as though it's going to turn increasingly showery as we go through this afternoon. And then tomorrow, well, it looks like being a mixture of sunshine and showers, and really quite breezy and cool as well. Now, tomorrow sees the start of the Hampton Court Flower Show, but for the first public day on Thursday, it does look as though the skies are going to be brighter, and we'll see some mainly dry and bright weather. That's what we're going to see in eastern parts of England tomorrow, but we can see elsewhere a mixture of sunshine and showers, and some of those showers turning out to be quite heavy and thundery, particularly in central and eastern areas, turning a little bit brighter and drier out to the west for a time. But then we start to see some rain coming in towards Ireland in the far southwest later on in the day. That's all linked to this frontal system zipping across England and Wales as we go through Tuesday night into Wednesday. Still some rain across parts of south-east England and East Anglia into the afternoon. Elsewhere, it will be brighter with plenty of showers. Now, even in Europe, we've seen some wet and unsettled weather in central and northern areas, particularly in Germany, and it's going to remain cloudy and cool here and into Scandinavia with some outbreaks of rain, but thankfully some brighter, warmer and sunnier weather as we head in towards the Mediterranean.